Hey everyone, it is dark and gray outside, which fits the topic of the day. It is bleak out there. The job market is just a bloodbath right now. And I'm not just talking about the traditional white collar jobs, which have been in decline for like a couple of years. I am talking almost every industry that I know. And a lot of the publicly stated motivations behind the layoffs that we're seeing and the tightening of the labor market just honestly don't hold up to scrutiny. I mean, I don't know if this has been anybody else's experience, but I'm getting a flood of videos on my FYP on all social media channels of recently graduated college grads struggling to find a job and also mid-career professionals struggling to find a job. And I'm talking tech, finance, consulting, insurance. I'm talking gig adjacent jobs. So think folks who work in filmmaking, culinary chefs. Then you see all these companies doing layoffs and they're saying, oh, it's because AI has created efficiencies, but that's not borne out in the data. The earnings are not reflecting this. And this is not what they're even saying to each other, right? Like at the executive level, AI just seems to be a convenient scapegoat. It seems like the labor market genuinely has shrunk for various macroeconomic factors. And what's worrying is that folks are not able to pivot or even enter into a new job. It used to be like, when one industry shrunk, another would expand. I don't think that's happening anymore. I just came across two videos back to back. One was the screenwriter who works in LA. And when I watched the video and they're talking about how they're struggling to find jobs and how they used to always get staffed on these TV shows. And now they can't even find like a temporary paying gig. I was like, oh, well, you know what? The entertainment industry has always been fickle. It's not exactly the most stable. But then right after that, there was a kid who works in tech and was saying that, he was a product manager and a product marketer, and he's worked at all these big projects. He has a portfolio and has been on the job market for a year and a half. And this kid is like an Ivy League graduate. And what was crazier were the comments were filled with people who are like, yeah, I know exactly how you feel. I've been out of job for 10 months, 11 months, a year, 2 years. Now, I know that most economic shocks and periods of discomfort are supposed to be temporary, but I genuinely sometimes worry and I think, what are these people gonna do? Especially the ones just starting out their careers. It really holds you back if you don't get opportunities when you're fresh out of college. You'll be playing catch up for a very, very long time, especially in comparison to your peers who were successful in getting jobs or who were lucky enough to find employment. And if you're a mid-career professional, that's like a whole different nightmare because you probably have a lot of financial obligations, you probably have a family, mortgage, rent, just basic life stuff that you need to be able to afford, and life ain't getting cheaper. And I'll end by saying this. I think part of what makes the problem seem very acute right now is that the companies themselves seem to have no interest in hiring anyone. I'm talking about recruiters ghosting people, really lengthy interview cycles, impossible job requirements, ghost listings for positions that the company has no intention of filling. And I think it's really, really difficult for people to right now find even legitimate jobs and career positions that pay decently or that pay, period. I'd be interested if people are seeing this too. It could just be my algorithm for whatever reason is feeding me this, and the problem isn't as bad as I think it is, but it seems to be a recurring conversation with almost everyone I know, friends, family, acquaintances, and I'm just curious as to if anybody else is seeing this as well.